Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Ace and I've got more Guild Wars 2 content here for you. I'll be showing you guys how to make a little bit of money on the side while you do other things like, for example, play a different game or play an alternative character, which is what I'm doing right now. Or if you're just trying to save up for additional character slots, which is what I was doing, which is why I am currently running below 10 gold. Because I've also been trying to make this video, which actually cost me a little bit of gold. But nonetheless, if you are trying to make gold like this, then the few things you have to think of is that you want to start off with somewhere between 5 to 7 gold. Now, this is a good start off point. 7 gold is reasonable. The lower you go, the more luck you need, but if you go about 10 gold that you can liquefy, you're good to go. In addition to that, it's all about the Mystic Forge and the trading post. Now, some of you already know what is going to happen, but even if you do, I might have some tricks up your sleeve, or up my sleeve I should say, that might reduce the costs in your spending, which allows you to have a bigger profit margin. Now, it is weekend, so the market always changes a little bit, but what you want to do is go to your gem store initially, and I will walk you guys through that. Go to your gem store and buy Mystic Forge stone. Now these take 10 pieces, take 450 gems. So what you want to do is go to currency exchange, go to gems, and I believe they are what, 175 right now? Close enough, and you buy. Well, you need 450. I have still a bit left, so I should have gone for 176, and then you trade. I already have some Mystic Forge stones in my backpack, so I won't buy them because I won't need them right now. But once you have 450 gems, you go to the gem store and buy Mystic Forge stone. Now this is a very important part of the entire process, which allows you to make a profit in this specific way of, I suppose, making gold. As you can see, I have 19 Mystic Forge stones. I will directly explain to you why we are going to need those Mystic Forge stones, because they allow you, as you can see in the description here, to take the place of an item that you would normally have to put in. Now we are going to gamble a little bit with armor as well as weapons. So we are going to put in 3 armors or 3 weapons of exotic quality. So make sure that your filter is set to exotic. From level 70 or up, I prefer 71 just because of a certain bias I have for items like this. But I believe 70 is of course a valid level to start off with. But for my sake of my own sanity, I will start at 71. And then you click on submit. Now you get these entire expensive items, and we are just going to ignore them. We are going to look for the cheapest exotic items. Now we are currently doing weapons, and you can also do armor. Armor is a little bit more reliable, but weapons do have the chance to give you a legendary prefix. Of course, that's a very small chance, but at the same time, weapons are also able to give you underwater weapons. And underwater weapons, they sell really bad, so don't expect to make a profit on that. But nonetheless, it comes down to personal preference, because weapons also are a little bit cheaper than armor pieces. So I suppose that's a given. Now for this part of this video, we'll do weapons, and what you want to do is you want to click a weapon that seems to be cheap. Now, 45 silver for weapons is in my eyes, and the current trading post standing taken into consideration, a little bit too expensive. So we are going to play the patience game. What you want to do is you go and place a custom offer. And as you can see, the buy orders are below 40 silver, which is a price I like a little bit more. So we are going to go for 36 silver and buy multiple ones. You can place buy orders for multiple. I always like to do 3 because it's pretty much evens out to what we are required to have in a Mystic Forge, which is 3 pieces plus a Mystic Forge stone. I ordered 3. And that's pretty much it. And you do this for multiple items, and then you just wait until they start showing up, of course, in your purchase item slot. Now once you have done this and you have multiple items laying around, you want to collect them and of course wait for them to be used in the Mystic Forge stone, or with the Mystic Forge stone in the Mystic Forge. Now I'll buy some armor as well, just for the sake of showing you how it's done. Once again, make sure it's exotic and level 70 or up. I prefer once again 71. Going to look for the cheapest price available. And let's see. Like once again, I find to be I usually want to be lower than 60, so I could buy this 55 one. Let's see what the buy orders say. I think I prefer the buy orders better, so 50 silver, 3 place, and we are good to go. Now, when it comes to these things, you might want to be very careful, because people will overcut you when it comes down to buy orders, and if the market drastically changes, you may have spent a little bit more money on an item than it is actually worth. But it all, of course, depends on the economy within Guild Wars 2. Also, you don't want to go too low, because if you want to list items, it takes money. And if I'm not mistaken, and if I go to my my transactions and go to items I'm buying, it is quite a lot, as you can see. So if I were to remove all these, I probably would have about back up to somewhere between like 15 and 20 gold, which is always a good way to start off with. So if you are going to do things like these, you are going to have a lot of money on a trading post. So take that into consideration. This is why I don't want to start off with just a few gold pieces, because you will have everything in a trading post, as well as you might lose out on an actual profit due to the very fact that this is where we are going to start gambling. Now, as you can see, you are going to put in 3 pieces. It doesn't matter how you put them in, as long as you put them in. Okay, I'm going to put in this one just for the sake of my OCD colorist. And then you're going to put down the Mystic Forge Stone. Now, before I forge, once again, the Mystic Forge Stone, you get 10 of them. These items about here are somewhere between 30 to all the way up to 60 silver. Now let's say if the cheapest item I got was like 30 silver, which is most likely going to be a weapon. If I were to buy 10 weapons of 30 silver, it would have cost me 10 gold, at least it would have cost me 3 gold to get those 10 pieces that I would have then added instead of the Mystic Forge Stone. But because of those 10 Mystic Forge Stones, which only cost 1.76 gold, we are able to save ourselves more than 1 gold, once again allowing you to actually obtain a profit while doing this. So clicking forge basically means you are going to gamble. Now we have got an item here that's level 80, and a level 80 item means good stuff. That usually means you are going to play even, or you are going to make a small loss or a small profit. So if you have a level 80 item, that's good news. Sometimes you can get items that are lower level than level 80, which means you're done. You have made a loss in that item. Keep it though, because you can use it to Mystic Forge with 2 other items of level 70 and up, to then again to make a perhaps item that is worth something. As well as, of course, if you use weapons, you might be able to get even like legendary prefixes, which are kind of nice, as you can see right here. Top valued items. It becomes crazy. But once you have done your Mystic Forging, you go to sell on trading post, and then you find the item that you're trying to sell. And as you can see, a little bit below 2 gold. Like, I prefer my items to be around 2 gold, but this is as close as it's going to get with this item. So what you are going to do then is you're going to go and undercut. And a lot of people undercut directly by, they go bloody mental, and they go like undercut by 60. This is bad. This is what messes up the market and makes it highly unstable. What you want to do is you want to match the lowest seller, and of course then either go a few copper below it. What I prefer to do is I just round it off to the lowest whole number, so I go to 90. Because if people are having the same item right now and they are currently undercutting by a copper, if I were to then use the same price, I would have fallen behind directly. So I always go a few copper below. You can just do it 1 copper, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people just do 1 copper, a lot of people go bloody mental on the undercutting. Just make sure that you keep the price as much as you can to the lowest seller to keep the market as stable as possible. It's the right thing to do, but if you are going to be a bad person about it, then I can't stop you, of course. You click on sell. As you can see, it did take me a little bit of money. And then you wait. These things can last quite a long time, but as you can see here, I have multiple items up, and they are around roughly 2 gold, a little bit over, some a little bit under, if you are unlucky. And these items, they sell within about an hour, or even longer sometimes if I have to relist them, because certain weapons just don't sell, which is why they are so cheap. But you know, I just go and play on my alternative characters, level some more characters up, perhaps do some crafting, perhaps play a different game entirely, log back on, check everything out, make sure to check my buy orders, to check my, of course, check my sell orders, and go from there. And you just check it out, you just play the market a little bit, and the more confident you get, the more you understand the market, the bigger the profit you can make. You can start to make, you basically can start flipping other items. Like if you have a lot of gold, you can basically start flipping expensive items, buy them cheap, sell them for a higher price, etc. And that's basically how you do it. But once again, just make sure that you understand that it is a gamble. In the long run, you will make a profit as long as you keep yourself to a few basic rules, like have patience, etc., etc. And use buy orders and such. That's the two important things that I do recommend: to have patience and to use buy orders. Unless, for example, the prices are so low because somebody completely ditched all their items for an extremely low price that you can directly buy out, then I would say go for it. But unless that is the case, find the cheapest buy orders you can find and buy those items. And that's all there is to it. Make sure to subscribe for more content. Let me know how it goes for you. Like I said, I've bought multiple character slots. I geared myself out in full exotic gear, including, of course, my rings, and of course my accessories, as well as my amulet. And of course the weapons I have here that I'm using are exotic, as well as my backup weapons, depending on the situations that I have. So there is definitely money to be made. Just make sure that you understand it takes a while. This is not a quick way to make money. It's a way to make money that takes patience. A lot of patience. So let's go, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.